Hey guys, Cosmos here from Doll Games, and in this video I just want to talk a little bit about mounts in the stables, and I want to highlight a tip there in case you haven't noticed it or didn't think about it. Since the patch introduction where they splitted the categories of mounts into categories into common, magic, gentle, vicious and other, and added the, let's say, the magic mounts, which you can train, of course. There's a tip there that I don't know if everybody has recognized or noticed, so I want to just highlight that for you, which is when we look at these mounts, even if you haven't done anything on them, like me, I haven't trained them yet. So they will all have a strength, intelligence, endurance, defense plus 100, max attribute level plus 10, mount strength plus 500. That's fine. But what's different is, let's go into other, for example, and we're gonna go into train. So what you can see here is, you can see that the stats that I just mentioned, the attributes, but you can also see a bonus percentage. And in this case, for the X-Dragon, here we have 9% bonus, which means which goes on top of this 100. So 9% is 9, so you'll have 109 basically. Now this percentage is what I want to talk about, and this percentage is actually influenced by you, or can be influenced by you, and it's coming from the amount of mounts that you have of that type. So for example, these are in the other categories, like let's say other weird mounts that don't fall into the let's say more standard categories. And if we look at how many I have 1, 2, 3, and that's it. And this is the shortest category. There is in total of you got 3, 3, 6, 7 and 2 over here, so in total 9 mounts in this category. I have 3 of them, and I get 9%, which is plus 9 to all my stats from this category. Now let's switch over. Let's look at vicious. Now vicious, I have plus 12, and this is also a 2-pager. So you can see other is a 2-page category here at the bottom. You got 1 out of 2 and 2 out of 2, but even the second page is not full. Vicious is a 2-pager with 2 full pages, so 8 mounts here and 7 mounts here. So it's a little bit more total mounts, and I do own a little bit more of them. There I had 3. Here I have 6 over here and 1 over here, so that's 7. And for having 7, which is like kind of double of, a bit more than double of the 3, I get plus 12 stats. Now let's look at gentle. Now gentle is a bigger category. It's got 5 pages of mounts, so a lot more mounts, and I also own more of them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So I own 15 gentle ones out of the 5 pages. Almost, actually the 5th page is almost blank. So out of the pages which exist, and if I either put my mouse on the queen here, or actually I wasn't planning to do that. So let's go back. Gentle, I wanted to press and train. So we can see that I have plus 39 to my attributes over here. So of course, so that shows you that the more mounts of that category you own, the more percentage that you get, and you can influence that. So I'll just show you the last one. Magic is my strongest category. It's also the biggest mount category by far. It's got 9 pages of mounts. And maybe I'm going too quick for the graphics load. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. 9 full pages of mounts. There's a lot of mounts, and I own a bunch of them as well, just over time. Of course, cashers would have bigger proportions, but in any case, because I own so many of them, I have plus 65 to my stats on top of that. So the stats here are plus 100. I have 65% bonus, so 65% out of 100 is 65, and that's a pretty big bonus to the attributes. Now this is an untrained magic mount, so of course the effect goes up with training. So you can see here, if I train it on level, now it's on level 0, if I train it to level 1, the 105 goes up, and therefore 65% from a bigger number is a bigger number, so that'll go up as well. So that also means that because it takes, if I remember correctly from a previous post that we have done, you can Google it or search it on Dull Games Wartune, but I think we did publish a post where it takes about 680,000 mount training whips to max out one of these, so it's a lot. So actually I don't know anybody in our version of Wartune who's maxed this out. So because it's so much, and because the chances are that not anytime soon you're gonna max out any one of these mounts, it makes sense that you train the one where you have the biggest bonus percent, like in my case magic. But also, even if your bonus percentages are the same, I'd still recommend you to go for magic. And the reason for that is because there are 9 pages of mounts. The chance of you having a bigger bonus percentage on magic is so much higher than having a big percentage bonus on other categories. So that's my tip to explain to you about the bonus percentage from the magic mounts. And to focus on, as my suggestion is to focus on magic training when you start training magic mounts, to pick Nirvana Phoenix to have the biggest increase to your attributes for the same amount of investment. Now, when I started, I said you have an influence on it, and some people might think, hey, I'm a free player, I cannot buy mounts or something like that, so how do I have an influence? And you have an influence because of the mount shop. And in the mount shop, you can, as a complete free player, get beast souls over time. So as you accumulate beast souls, you don't just pick the one that you like. I know it's gonna be weird because maybe there's a mount you really like and you want to get that. You can do it that way, but if you care about stats and maximizing your power, that's not what you do. What you do is you look at these little icons. That's all. You ignore the rest of the picture and you just look at these little icons. There are 2 things you gotta look at actually. So in the list, if you have if you've gathered sufficient beast souls, like in my case, I have enough now, so I can buy something. Then we just talked that the magic mount is the one we want to go to. Let me just switch on over to the blue mount I had, because that was matching my outfit. Because the other one wasn't matching, so it's not gonna work. Gotta be matching. So all right, so. We just talked that it's important to invest into the magic mount, into Nirvana Phoenix when you start investing in it. And in order to get even if I don't train the Nirvana Phoenix, if I just focus on getting more magic mounts, the percentage here will increase, which means I'll get more attributes if I get magic mounts. So it means that when I do buy mounts, I should try to buy magic ones. And if you put your mouse on any one of these, you can see the little symbol, the purple wand type of a thingy next to them on the top right corner of any of the mount descriptions. And that's the icon for magic mounts. So that's the icon you want to identify when you're going to the mount shop. So you see here, for example, that's the gentle one, that's the magic one. So that's definitely on the menu for me to buy if I can't get it anywhere else. That's the magic one. You see I've already bought it. And that's mechanical, I guess that's in other. So that's the one you don't want, because the other category is so small that if you start collecting those, your percentage will still be small. So here's gentle as well, here's the vicious one, here's magic as well. So Ice Lion card, that's something I could get. Thunder Beast, another magic one, I could get this one as well. So that's how you gotta look when you are buying mounts. So not getting the ones that you think are cute if you're interested in getting the maximum power. Of course, if you're interested in just having fun, enjoying, then just get the cute one that you want. But or the angry one or whatever vicious one that you want. But if you're interested to get the maximum attributes, the maximum power for your character, you gotta take into consideration these factors. So the last factor that you gotta look at is the maximum attributes. So let's say let's say I want to buy a magic mount now. Let's say I decided that already, so I'm not going to look at anything that does not have the purple wand icon. So the first one here is the reindeer. If I put the mouse on the reindeer, let's assume I don't have it, then it'll say there the stats plus 10. Now when you're talking about with the beast souls, you can see on our website on Doll Games Wartune all the rates for the recycling of the mounts, so they're directly proportional to the stats. So don't worry so much about how many beast souls it's costing a certain plus whatever attribute mount, because the ratios are all the same. So but what you can look at is the last line over there that says max attribute level plus 5. Now for the same amount of beast souls, 120, you might be able to get a mount where it has max attribute level plus 10, and in this case there isn't. So let's maybe look at the 240s, plus 5 plus 5 plus 10. So the Ice Fang over here, although it's not a magic mount, it has plus 10 to maximum attributes for the same 240 beast souls compared to Frost Lion, compared to Hawkstrider, compared to Nightshade, compared to Casanova. So if you're near to the regular mount training over here, if you're near to the maximum, the way you know that is if you put your mouse on any one of these. So let's say strength is the one you usually max out the first if you're a knight or an archer. So I'm very far away now with from the max attribute level, so I don't worry about that right now. But before the magic mounts were introduced, a lot of people actually hit the roof. So and that's where you still a little bit have to think into the future. If you're gonna spend the money anyways, might as well, by money I mean beast souls. If you're gonna spend the beast souls anyway, you might as well get the ones with the higher attribute levels first. Eventually, of course, you want to aim to get all of them, but in the order of getting it, it's better to get the ones which have max attribute level, because you never know, maybe we'll have some kind of a amazing event which will help us max out our levels, and in that case you'll be very sorry that you didn't take the right one. So over here, if I look at what's the next one that I don't own that is magic, it's coming out the Phantom Yeti. So I got the Yeti here, it's also max attribute level plus 10. The only question is when you see a mount that you can exchange that you do not own, you have to ask yourself, can you get it elsewhere? And if you think you have a chance to get it elsewhere, or if you think it's going to be introduced in a shop like Class War Shop or Titan War Shop, then you might choose to skip it, just temporarily. But for example here, Smoldering Pincer card, it's also a magic mount, 360. I don't think it's going to be introduced anywhere, and I don't think I'll be able to get it for free anywhere, so that's definitely going to be for lunch. But the Yeti, I think I might be able to get somewhere else. I don't exactly know where. So that's the kind of way I consider it. Thunder Beast and Lion, they also all give the same amount of a max attribute level, so that's not going to be a big choice. Cloud Sailor I already have, and Wildfire I might get it somewhere else, so I'm not rushing through. But in this case, either I should pick the Yeti just for the attributes, but because I think I might get it, I should pick one of the others, and I think that's gonna be, let's pick Thunder Beast. Actually, I might even have enough for all of them. Yep. So I'm just gonna get all of these. And Wildfire, I think I might be able to get somewhere else. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. No, let's get the Lion. Let's get the Ice Lion. Okay, 300. There you go, and I'll keep the rest, and I'll gather up some more. Maybe something cool shows up. So I just got the magic mounts, as I spoke. So we're gonna take this, but let's just have a look at the stables first. Magic. So we got right now 65% plus 65. Let's see if these three mounts will bump it up a little bit. 1, 2, and 3, and they're all magic. They should be popping up over here somewhere. Where are you? There's the Ice Lion, there's the Thunder Beast, and there's the Smoldering Pincer. So let's take the Thunder Beast for now. Now let's go back to training. And no, that was not enough to bump up the level. So, but that's basically the idea of it. I thought it would be enough though. Maybe I need to refresh. But that's basically the idea. The more of them you own, or could be that 65 was actually the maximum and I didn't have to. That part I don't know right now. So if you know by any chance if 65 is the maximum, let us know. But that's how the percentages work. And that's how I suggest that you decide when you buy stuff from the mount shop. So take the stuff where you're going to be investing your mount whips. That is the category, and the category I suggest is magic because it's the biggest one. And then therefore, if you choose the category magic, when you're buying mounts with the beast souls, pick magic mounts. So that's it, you guys. I hope that was useful for you. Just trying to help any way I can. So please also share if you got any ideas or thoughts or additional information. Please share in the comments. Also remember to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I hope you've bookmarked our site Dollar Games Wartune, or our main central site dollargames.com, where from where everything is linked out. So if you got that one going, is good. Of course, follow our Facebook page as well. We publish daily on these on all the places. Actually, we got all the social media sites and everything. Depending on whatever you're using, we got it. And you can also subscribe by email on our site, so when we publish new articles, you will be notified directly in your email. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching and have a very nice day.